We do have a caller, and I gotta say, this auto screener is kind of funny, and I'm curious what James would like to talk about before I say what the auto screener says it was.
Okay.
James, you're on with Jenna and Ethan. How are you?
Awesome. I'm really curious. What did it say?
It said James and Tank Sex.
Yeah. James the Tank is like my YouTube name.
Oh,
Okay. I thought it was James and Tank Sex, like
oh my God, that's funny.
sex in a tank. Like, that's an interesting one.
That's fantastic.
So
I'm for like a total destigmatization of sex. Like, just like people should be able to talk about masturbation on the bus, and people should be able to have open relationships without judgment.
Wait,
and
did you say masturbation
like,
on a bus?
I don't think people should like masturbate on the bus, but like I think being able to talk about masturbation on the bus should be fine.
On the bus? What bus?
Yeah. Like a city bus.
I gotta say, I would actually disagree with that. While I want to normalize these conversations, we also have to recognize that sex talks can be very triggering to some people because they've had terrible experiences. And unless they can consent to that conversation, I don't think it would be polite to expose them to that.
I completely agree.
No, to be fair, I did say masturbation.
That's part of sex.
But, like, I mean,
do you understand the concept of why it's inappropriate?
Do I understand why talking about masturbation would be triggering for somebody?
Would you understand why it might be inappropriate to talk about it in public like that, in a close quarters public space?
Like I understand. Yeah, I understand that society has kind of built up that framework, but like I
don't. Do you think it's because of society? You don't think it's because of individual personalities that somebody that might overhear it might get triggered and react in a negative way?
About a conversation about masturbation?
Yeah. Yes. People can be sexually traumatized just by hearing you talk about masturbation.
Think about it like this. And for those watching, trigger warning, possibly mute for like 10 to 15 seconds. Imagine if you had been a victim of sexual assault by means of someone using masturbation routinely, like exposing you to that against your will. Then you're on a city bus and someone brings up masturbation, it's instantly going to bring you right back to that place you were at. And that's why I think we got to be responsible with what we choose to talk about publicly.
Okay, I think I see where the disconnect is. I'm referring to it as like an end goal. Like we get to a point where society is healthy enough that it's not strange to hear somebody talk about masturbation on the bus.
Oh,
so you just want to
like I would still advocate for like checking your surroundings and like, you know, like it's not something I would do today. I'm not going to sit on a bus with a guy with 2 kids and like force him to overhear that conversation.
Right.
But I would like to get to the point where sex is just totally normalized.
I completely agree.
Same page.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what we're trying to do with this show today. And thank you for saying that because we completely agree with you.
To go like a step farther, like there really does need to be a word for women that is like parallel to stud. Asexuality needs to be normalized. Like people don't have to have sex cravings. Having kids or not having kids needs to be normalized. Like the whole thing, just the whole thing. Yeah. Me being able to say no should be normalized.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
By the way. Yeah.
No, I agree.
I think that's what I got.
Thank you. Yeah, I agree.
Thanks, James. James the Tank.
All right. Have a good one.
All right.
Thank
you
you,
too.
James the Tank. Have a good one.